If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Jaffe Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond.
Let me see it.
If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin.
Yeah.
Then he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house.
Ooh, zoom.
Fancy. He may even end up washing the floors as well. Wow. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff up the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read a bedtime story.
But he won't ask us.
No, probably not us.
They're horrible at bedtime.
So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited, he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons.
Whoa.
He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name. This is an amazing picture. With a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on the refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. The end.
Yeah.
Yay. And another one.
Another one? Okay.
Another one.
Okay. So another favorite. Look, Cheryl. Hi, Paul. Hi, Cheryl. We have
Hi,
another
Paul.
favorite that we like to read. And we put them down because we took so long. This is called What Was I Scared Of? Boy, this is hard, actually. It's going to take me another 30 minutes to figure this out. Well, I was walking in the night, and I saw nothing scary. For I have never been afraid of anything. Not very. That guy's afraid of something. Then I was deep within the woods when suddenly I spied them. I saw a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them. I wasn't scared, but yet I stopped. What could those pants be there for? What could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for? Yee.
That's creepy.
That's super creepy, Violet.
I do not like pants.
I don't like pants without people, right? And then they moved. Those empty pants. They kind of started jumping.
I see you.
And then my heart, I must admit, it kind of started thumping. So I got out. I got out fast. As fast as I could go, sir. I wasn't scared, but pants like that, I did not care for. No, sir. This is very tricky. There we go. After that, a week went by. Then one dark night in Greenwich, I had to do an errand there and fetch some spinach. Well, I had fetched the spinach. I was starting back through town when those pants raced round a corner and they almost knocked me down. I lost my Greenwich spinach, but I didn't even care. I ran for home. Believe me, I had really had a scare. Now, bicycles were never made for pale green pants to ride them. Especially spooky pale green pants with nobody inside them. And the next night, I was fishing for doubt trout on Ruver River. When those pants came rowing toward me, well, I started in to shiver. And by now I was so frightened that, I'll tell you, but I hate to, I screamed and rode away and lost my hook and line and bait too. Oh.
That's a bad start, guy.
I ran and found a brickle bush. I hid myself away. There's the brickle bush. I got prickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway. I stayed all night, the next night too. I'd be there still, no doubt. But I had to do an errand, so the next night I went out. Then I reached inside a snide bush. Oops. Sorry. I had to do an errand, had to pick a peck of snide in a dark and gloomy snide field that was almost 9 miles wide. I said, I do not fear those pens with nobody inside them. I said and said and said those words. I said them, but I lied them. Then I reached inside a snide bush, and the next thing that I knew, I felt my hand touch someone, and I'll bet that you know who. Oh, wah! And there I was, caught in the snide, and in that dreadful place, those spooky empty pants and I were standing face to face. I yelled for help, I screamed, I shrieked, I howled, I yelled, I cried. Oh, save me from those pale green pants with nobody inside. But then a strange thing happened. Why, those pants began to cry. Those pants began to shiver, tremble. They were just as scared as I. I never heard such whimpering, and I began to see that I was just as strange to them as they were strange to me. I put my arm around their waist and sat right down beside them. I calmed them down, poor empty pants, with nobody inside them. And now we meet quite often, those empty pants and I, and we never shake or tremble. We both smile and we say,
Hi.
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 Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Okay,
Hi.
back to Vinny.
Okay, I am back. I will be reading Morris Micklewhite and the Tangerine Dress by Christine Baldacchino. Pictures by Isabel Maliphant. Morris Micklewhite has a mother named Moira and a cat named Moo. Morris likes Sundays because his mother makes him pancakes on Sundays.
Hi.
Mondays are great too because on Mondays, Morris goes to school. Morris likes lots of things about school. He likes to paint, he likes to do puzzles, he likes the apple juice at snack time, and singing the loudest during circle time. Most of all, Morris likes the dress-up center and the tangerine dress. Morris likes the color of the dress. It reminds him of tigers, the sun, and his mother's hair. He likes the noises the dress makes, swish, swish, swish when he walks, and crinkle, crinkle, crinkle when he sits down. He takes turns wearing all the different shoes, but his most favorite ones go click, click, click across the floor. Sometimes the boys make fun of Morris. Sometimes the girls do too. Morris pretends he can't hear their words over the swish, swish, swishes, and the crinkle, crinkle, crinkles, and the click, click, clicks. He makes when he walks. Morris pretends he can't hear their words, but he can. On Monday, Becky tried to pull the dress right off his back. You can't wear it, you're a boy! On Tuesday, Ellie, Henry, and the other boys wouldn't let Morris ride on their spaceship unless he took the dress off. Astronauts don't wear dresses. On Wednesday, Bea and Lila noticed Morris's fingernails. His mother had painted them for him the night before. They chased him around the playground shouting, Pinky fingers, pinky fingers! On Thursday, the boys wouldn't sit near Morris at the snack table. We don't want you to turn us into girls. On Friday, Morris pretended he had a tummy ache when he thought of all the kids in his class and all the mean things they did say. His tummy ached for real. His mother let him stay in bed and read books about elephants. Moo sat in his lap. Moo liked elephants too. On Saturday, Morris's mother brought him some apple juice. As he took a sip, she stroked his hair. Moo purred loudly. Morris suddenly felt well enough to do a puzzle. He hummed to himself and felt better still. On Sunday, Morris crawled out from under the covers. After a wonderful dream about being on a space safari with Moo, in the dream they saw big blue elephants and tigers the color of the sun that Morris could hold in the palm of his hand. The elephants swished, swished, swished as they moved through the grass, and the tigers ate giant leaves that crinkled, crinkled, crinkled as their tiny teeth chewed them. The buttons on the spaceship click, click, click under Morris's fingernails. Morris wanted to share all the amazing things he had seen. He took out the brushes, put on his smock, and began to paint, using every color he could imagine. He showed his painting to his mother when he was done. He pointed out the big blue elephant, the tiny tiger the color of the sun, and the tall grass and the giant leaves, and pointed out Moo in his shiny round space helmet. And who's that? His mother asked, pointing at the little boy in the tangerine dress riding atop the big blue elephant. Morris was hoping she'd ask. That's me, he said. On Monday, Morris went to school with his painting rolled up in his backpack. When he had the chance, he put on the dress that reminded him of tigers in the sun and his mother's hair. Morris swished, swished, swished. The tangerine dress crinkled, crinkled, crinkled. His shoes click, click, clicked. Morris felt wonderful. Ellie and Henry wouldn't let him on their spaceship, so Morris built his own. He hung his painting on the front of it and climbed in. Ready to take off? Are there really elephants in space? Ellie asked. And tigers? If you follow me, we can find out, Morris offered. Ellie and Henry followed Morris to the planet they had never visited before. As they explored, Morris swished, swished, swished. The tangerine dress crinkled, crinkled, crinkled. His shoes click, click, clicked. By the time they returned to Earth, Ellie and Henry had decided that it didn't matter if the astronauts wore dresses or not. The best astronauts were the ones who knew where all the good adventures were hiding. Morris smiled. He already knew that. When snack time was over, Becky demanded the dress. Morris told her she could have it when he was done with it. Boys don't wear dresses, Becky snipped. Morris smiled as he swished, crinkled, and clicked back to his spaceship. This boy does. The end. I hope you enjoyed.
Sorry for the earlier technical difficulties.
Yes.
Goodbye, girls.
Bye.